a general manager partner here at Cerritos Nissan. I've been in the industry now for 24 years, going on 25 years. Actually was with the Webb Automotive Group for 11 years, and that's when I met Jim. Jim and I met each other 20 plus years ago, actually. What do I cherish most about our business? I would probably have to say the development of our employees and watching, the individuals grow within our organization. And I get a lot of personal pride and satisfaction out of watching, some of these individuals come into the industry and we start grooming them and you start realizing that they really want to make a career out of it and developing them and taking them to the next level. What we always try to do is we want to, there's a number of things that I look at. There's obviously the recruiting process, there's the selection process, there's an interview process. But what we want to make sure of is, I've always told my employees, hire for character, train for skill. We want to make sure that we're bringing the right people aboard, because trying to teach people as far as character and integrity and different things, that to me is rather challenging. But taking people with good values and developing them in our industry, to me, is paramount. And that's, I think, one of the things that I get the most satisfaction out of. Well, what makes Jim so valuable, I think that a lot of us realize in our industry, and in most industries, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. And we work hard to go ahead and generate the profits and the revenues for the company. But my biggest concern is not what we generate, it's what we keep. And your employees can be your greatest asset, but also they can be one of your biggest liabilities if you don't deal with them properly. And what I like about Jim is that he brings a very refreshing way of communicating to our employees, to our management team. I have him come in every quarter to talk with my management team, from team building to HR issues to violence in the workplace, how to do a better job interacting with our employees, so that they can do a better job interacting with our customers. One of the things that I utilize Jim for is that we take a very proactive approach. Instead of waiting for something to happen, somebody to come after us, and then be reactive and try to defend yourself in court. When I realize that we've got a potential situation, I've got Jim on direct dial, I've got him on my cell phone. I'll pick up the phone, or I'll have Angelica, my HR gal, get him on the phone and say, let's discuss this. And I've actually had Jim come down and actually assist us with speaking to individuals that can potentially have turned into a major fiasco, or potential lawsuit for the company, and been able to turn them around to all of a sudden they realize that we do care about them. And have him assist us in communicating to these individuals that we're about trying to develop them, trying to develop the company, but we've got to look out for everybody's interest, not just the companies, but the employees as well. And he's been very effective being able to communicate that, and really have kept us out of harm's way many times. Well, as far as giving us a peace of mind, Jim is real. I mean, he's down to earth, we do the training, and this is, I got to tell you, we do a lot of training in our industry, and a lot of your employees, they almost dread it. It's almost like, oh my gosh, I got to do another training, I got to go more training. But when we talk about we've got the HR training and Jim Potts is coming in, there's no hesitation. I have a full class. Every one of my managers are present. They're all sitting up front. Why? Because they look forward to it. Because Jim is the type of guy, he's very engaging. And it's kind of like in our advertising, one of the things that we do, we look at 3 variables need to take place. It needs to be entertaining to keep their interest. It needs to be very informative to make sure that we get the point across to them and it's long lasting. And it has to have a call to action. And that's what Jim does. When he comes to our training, I mean, he talks about real life situations. He's laughing, he's joking, he gets everybody engaged. And that's probably the biggest thing he brings to the table, is that there's interaction from my employees and my managers raising their hands, asking about real life situations that he's able to help walk them through. I'd been doing business with Jim for many years, and one of the things that I did was recommended that we continue to utilize Jim here at this dealership, because we're nationwide, okay? But one of the things that I was a greater concern of was that California is very specific, okay? And we want to always make sure that we're fully compliant from a federal and state compliancy, but what Jim brings is a very refreshing attitude and understanding as to what we're doing here in the state of California within our industry. I think the world of Jim. I mean, I've got a great deal of respect for him, admiration for him. I enjoy his company. I enjoy when he comes and he does the training, and I know that my people, they walk away with a little bit better education and better understanding. And what it does is it allows us to create an environment, a very healthy environment that's long lasting and conducive to longevity, and grow our business.